Namaste and a very warm welcome to all of you in this daily live meditation session with me, Dhyanse. We're meditating on 112 meditation techniques of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. One who understands energy, understands everything. One who flows with the flow of energy always remains in bliss. Let me repeat. One who understands energy understands everything. One who flows with the flow of energy always remains in bliss. On this path of meditation, as the meditation progresses, as this silent awareness grows, expands, you develop a sense. You can call it the sixth sense, beyond the five senses, a sense where you see everything in energy. You see thoughts as energy, you see emotions as energy, you see people as energy, you see surroundings as energy. Everything that is happening in the whole universe, you develop this sense of seeing everything in energy. You still have your five senses, you still gather the knowledge, gather the perception from the five senses, but you start navigating yourself with the intelligence, with this sense of energy. It is somewhat like how the animals, they echolocate their way. Dolphins, bats and other animals, they echolocate themselves and navigate themselves through situations. Similarly, a meditator who senses the energy, who sees the energy in everything around, starts navigating through life, starts navigating through situations by this understanding of this energy, by this sense of energy. And if that doesn't happen, if this is not the case, if we just rely on the five senses, what happens is life appears to be an up and down. Sometimes we are on the high, sometimes we are caught under the low, and we are always in this roller coaster of life, not riding the wave, riding the energies, riding the contours of the flow of life, rather getting caught up in the wave, in the whirlpool of the wave, and then we conclude life is misery. So many thinkers, so many great thinkers, philosophers have concluded that life is nothing but a misery because they were not meditators. They were thinkers, they were philosophers, they experienced life in all its ups and downs. They never found the secret of riding the wave of life, riding the energy, the flow of life. That is only possible for a meditator. For a meditator, suddenly life becomes all blissful. And this is not just a concept, this is not just a theory, this is the practical experience of every meditator who comes to this point, who comes to this practice where one sees everything in terms of energy and starts flowing along with this energy. And this flow of energy, when you start to see and feel the contours, you're not feeling, you're not sensing this through the five senses. You don't see. It's not like that you start to see the energy in front of you. It is that you sense it. You sense it in your heart, you sense it in your gut, you sense it all over you, in your core. You sense this energy, and another revelation happens to you that life is always changing. No two situations are the same. It is such a continuous, infinite flow, and it has absolutely no two moments that are the same. There is a saying that you cannot step into the same river twice, because no two moments are the same. So if you rely on just the five senses, the data collected from the past, from your past experiences, from your rationals, from your thinking, to make sure that you don't step into the misery again in life, you will eventually fall once again in life, because that data, that experience, just the interpretation from the five senses, is relying on the past. It does not know the newness of the situation. Sadhguru, I have heard a story and liked from him, where he said something like, there was once a hat seller, a person who sells the hat. He was moving from one village to the other to sell his hats. The sun was very hot, the day was very hot, so while he was passing through the jungle, he stopped to take some rest. It was noon, he wanted to take some rest, so he put all his collection of hats that he had with him on the floor. He sat down, he ate his food, and after eating the food, he felt asleep, so he took a nap. When he woke up, he found all the hats that he had, they were missing. He was immediately shocked, in panic, in nervousness. Where is all his hats have gone? He saw up, he saw that there were a lot of monkeys on the trees in this jungle, and they all were wearing his hats. He was in panic, he did not know what to do. He started shouting at the monkeys, and the monkeys, they started shouting back at the hat seller. He started putting his hands on his face out of frustration, and all the monkeys, they all started to put their hands on their face, just to imitate whatever he was doing. And whatever gesture he was making, the monkeys started repeating that gesture. Seeing that, in that moment of panic, an idea came to him. He realized the monkeys are repeating everything that he's doing. So the hat that he was wearing, he took that hat, he threw it on the floor. All the monkeys that were hanging on the tree, they took their hat, they threw on the floor. Immediately he collected all the hats and he went on his way. Later on, he told this story to his fellow hat sellers when they passed this jungle, to be careful of the monkeys. And few days later, another hat seller, he was passing by the same jungle. Again, the same thing happened, where he put his hats down on the floor, he ate, he slept. As he got up, he saw the hats were gone, all the monkeys were wearing the hat. He was reminded of this story of another hat seller, the advice of this another hat seller, and how he rescued himself out of that situation. So he took the learning from that story, he took his hat, he threw it on the floor. But this time, none of the monkeys threw their hat on the floor. And there was a monkey watching what this hat seller was doing. He quickly jumped down, grabbed that hat as well, and went up to the tree and wore that hat as well. What was applicable in the past to another situation is not applicable to this situation. To develop this intelligence, this spontaneity, this sense of what to do in this situation, how to decide in this situation, to move right or to move left, where to go, that spontaneous intelligence, it arises when you start to sense everything as energy and navigate your life through this sense, while meeting people, while being in situations, in any aspect of your life. When you start to sense everything as energies, the navigation becomes very easy, and as you flow along, life becomes a bliss. It does not remain a misery. You're not stumbling here and there. You're not having to go through all this physical misery, this psychological misery all the time. Rather, you learn to navigate through this life in bliss, in peace, in love, in silence. How to develop this sense of energy, how to have this ability. Today's technique is concerned about that, where Bhairava gives this technique to learn to develop this sense of seeing everything, feeling the contours of energy of life. Let us hear what Bhairava has to say in Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. Bhairava says, if one merges all senses in the space of the heart and meditates at the center between two halves of the heart lotus, one attains supreme blessedness. Let me repeat. If one merges all senses in the space of the heart and meditates at the center between two halves of the heart lotus, one attains supreme blessedness. What is this supreme blessedness? This supreme blessedness is when you are always in flow of life, when you're flowing in existence, with existence, when you're never falling astray, when you're never thrown off the wave, when you're never thrown off this flow of life, and you're always along with this flow of life, then you are in this supreme blessedness. How to do that? If one merges all the senses in the space of the heart. In order to awaken this sense of seeing and sensing everything as energy, you have to first of all learn and to practice to absorb all the five senses in your heart. When you do that and meditate at the center between two halves of the heart lotus. In the esoteric sense, heart center has a lotus, or rather has two lotuses. One lotus is upwards open and the other lotus is downwards open. What are these two lotuses? These are the flow of energies within us, the flow of energy upwards and the flow of energy downwards. And right in the middle, where these two flows meet, is your heart center. That is why once energies rise above the heart center, once you start functioning from the heart center, from the throat Vishuddhi chakra or the Agya chakra or the Sahasrara, life is a bliss. Below that, it is all accidental. Below that, it is all mundane with all the things of the mundane. So when these two where these two flows of energy meet at your heart, if you concentrate, if you meditate at your heart center, there you start to develop this sense. You may call it that you have this sixth sense, you have this sense in your gut, you have this feeling in your gut, you have this sense in your core, but all is a way to represent this sense of energy that is developed when you meditate on your heart center. So two things that we have to do as steps in this meditation technique. The first step is to absorb all the five senses at your heart, meaning allowing them to be still, allowing a certain silence to arise in your heart, allowing your awareness to be drawn slightly away from all these senses. As your senses rest in your heart, you focus, you bring all your energy, all your awareness, all your concentration at your heart center. For that, you may visualize that there is a very small center in the middle of your chest, an energy center. And even if you just have to imagine that and there is no reality for you, just imagine this for the moments of meditation to allow your awareness to concentrate on the heart center. Let us practice this wonderful technique from Vigyan Bhairav Tantra and develop this sense of energy, of feeling, seeing, of sensing everything as energy. Please close your eyes and take a posture that is comfortable for you. With your hands in your lap or on your thighs, Your head, your neck, your back straight, yet relaxed. With every breath, with every exhalation, allowing your body to rest, to find its balance, to find its peace. As your body and mind settles, draw your awareness inwards to your inner space. One by one, we will merge the five senses in our heart. Shift your awareness to your closed eyes, what you see in front of your closed eyes. And draw this energy of seeing and let it settle in your heart, in the space, in the region of your heart. As if you see from the heart, not from your eyes, but from your heart. Drawing all the energy of seeing into your heart, into the space in your heart. Shifting awareness to what you hear. And drawing this energy of hearing into your heart, as if you're hearing from your heart. hearing absorbed in your heart space. Shifting awareness to what you smell. And drawing this energy of smelling into your heart as if you're smelling from the heart. Awareness on your tongue to what you taste. And drawing the energy of tasting into your heart. As if you are tasting from your heart. Awareness on the touch of your skin. And drawing the energy of this touch, of this sensation into your heart. And drawing energy from all directions into your heart space. Meditating, focusing all your awareness at the heart center. Sensing the energy at your heart center, in the middle of your chest. allowing your energies to reorganize as you remain focused at your heart center. Let go of all focus, all effort, and simply stay in silence, in awareness. Allowing everything to happen on its own without trying to change anything or control anything. Simply remaining silent, aware, and then let go of energies reorganizing. Awareness back to your senses, to what you see in front of your closed eyes, to what you hear, taste, smell, and touch. And very gently and slowly, you may open your eyes. Maintaining this sense of silence, sense of awareness, centeredness, and taking this to your daily life. If you wish to learn more, if you wish to go deeper in your energies, in your silence, in your awareness, beyond just these moments of meditation, you have to share a space, you have to live this meditative space beyond the meditations, beyond these few minutes. And the way to do that is to be with other people, to share that love, that connection, that silence with other people. For that, we have formed a community of meditators to keep this energy, to keep this space of awareness, of love, of connection alive, so that you can also continue proceeding on your individual spiritual journeys, as well as a collective have the chance to share your true self, your authenticity, your love and connection. If you feel the calling to be a part of our meditation community, please write me an email with your introduction, with your interest in the community, and what can you give back to the community. Thank you very much. Namaste.